you've got God first in your Instagram bio. You've got a cross.
Do you think that's bad though? Like, why is it bad thing that I promote that I love God? What if it was like my daughter or something? Like,
what do you mean?
I promote that I love God. What's so bad about that?
No, my question to you is, I'm not even so much making necessarily a judgment that you do OF or that you do porn. It's like, how do you reconcile God first, wearing a cross, having a cross tattoo?
What?
With doing OF and porn? It's clearly against the Christian faith. So like, how do you balance that?
What do you mean? How do I'm not trying to balance it. I'm just doing it. Like, I just love God and I believe God. And
but so to identify as somebody who's religious or Christian, you would have to abide, I suspect you'd have to abide by certain behaviors. And if you're not abiding by those behaviors, are you really like a Christian?
Okay, so you're a Christian, right? You would be
I'm a man of God.
You would be going against it too if you didn't wait to have sex before marriage too. So you're sinning as well. So what does my sin make a difference between yours?
Well, I think there's
just because I'm branding it on myself, just because I have it on me, doesn't make me any different from you.
It says in the Bible that all sins are created the same. So no matter which sin you're doing, it's all going to be the same.
I think there are some that,
no, if you read in the Bible, if you've read the Bible, you would know that it literally says that all sin is treated equally in the eyes of the Lord. A sin is a sin no matter what it is.
I'm not claiming to be like perfect and holy, but like, it's very like.
But you just said that there were degrees to sins. But in God's eyes,
fine.
That there is.
Then I take the L on that specific statement that I said. In any case, it's just, to me, it's like, okay, you're wearing a Christian cross. You've got a cross tattoo.
Yes.
Nick, pull up the Instagram again. You've got God first.
Yes.
On your Instagram, and right below it is the link to your link tree or whatever that links to your OnlyFans, where you're doing porn and you're nude and it's lust.
The link in bio.
Go off.
And then furthermore, your photos are pretty revealing.
Yeah, it's a marketplace.
But like, God first, I don't reconcile. I don't know how you reconcile. Nick, scroll down on the Instagram a little bit. Let's just see. Ooh. Bro, it's like booty, booty, booty. Is this God first? Is this godly? Is this like...
You're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's just like, bruv, it's...
Why does it matter? It's just her. I'm not seeing her.
I'm not the
doing
devil.
anything wrong. She's just posing
I think it's just
for
the glaring
photos.
contradiction is what he's pointing out.
What I use my Instagram for is basically like a billboard, for example. Like I'm basically trying to allure or like bring in people to subscribe to my OnlyFans. So I'm promoting it or like making it like a market, right? So I'm sorry that I'm using my Instagram as a business. Maybe you guys use it as like a personal, social, whatever
it's just
it is.
You have God first.
Oh, I'm getting to that. I personally use it as a business, right? That's just a business for me. God is not going to shame me or like not accept me because I decided to do one business choice. Like it's not. He's not going to not love me or not accept me.
I think this is one of the complaints of a lot of religion. If your religion stands for nothing, if the followers of a said religion do not adhere to the religious principles, then what really, if you're not following the doctrine, where is the system? I'm not a bad person for doing OnlyFans.
And then what is the doctrine of Christianity then?
It's certainly, it's certainly not, let me make pornographic content.
Do you know like the actual, like what is being Christian? Like what does it entail? Right?
There's Christian doctrine. There's ways in which you should move if you're a religious person, and those.
But not even Christian people are perfect like that. Like nobody's perfect.
Sure, but like it seems to me like a pretty glaring, like how it's such a glaring
You could try to
separation.
tear me down about that, but I stand firm in that. Like, I still believe that I am a woman of God, and I love God, and God is
God first, right? It's just like
Yep.
God first, right
Link in
below
bio.
it. Here's a link to my OnlyFans. Like, that's not, it doesn't make sense to me.
You're a bad bitch, girl. You're fine.
Oh yeah, no. I
And
know
to actually
that.
reference, like, so there's a Matthew 5:27-28. The purpose of pornography is to create lust. Lust is one of the 7 deadly sins. Ergo, it is sinful.
Okay, but what does it say right after the 10 Commandments? And why did Jesus die on the cross? Literally, everyone is going to sin. Yes, it could be sinful, but guess what? So is talking crap on anyone. So is wanting the Nintendo Switch that your neighbor has. So is wanting the Tesla that your neighbor has. So is everything. Everyone is going to sin, and sinning is a part of life. That is why Jesus died on the cross, and that is the whole point of the Christian religion, is to acknowledge that you're sinning, realize what's going on, apologize to God, and realize that no matter what, you're never going to be better than anyone else. We're all in this fight together, and we just all
Hold
need
on.
to support each
Yes,
other.
we are human and we will all sin. That is not permission to sin.
You have to work
It's a
on
call.
this.
It's a call to be vigilant
Okay,
of our
so-
thoughts and actions.
Okay, but if you're sinning to make a living for yourself,
That's wrong,
how?
because it's a continued pattern of behavior.
So you don't think that God understands that you're doing it for your own survival in order to
She can
be
get.
able?
She can
Amen.
survive without doing OnlyFans.
Okay, but it's probably
How would you
not
know
going to be
that?
as convenient. Are you kidding me?
You
Like,
think just because something's difficult that it shouldn't be done?
I don't think that. I'm just saying that if someone has an option to make their lives functional for them, and they find something that works for them, and they're making an income for themselves, good for them.
So
and
by
God
your-
obviously gave her the opportunity to do so. Everything happens for a reason.
God
who's to say
gave
this
her
isn't-
the opportunity
no, who's to
to
say,
do OnlyFans.
Yeah, no, actually, who's to say
No.
who's to say that this isn't years down the line, that this isn't going to be an awakening and opening a door for something else in the future?
What?
No, not
What?
That's not what I meant.
I actually understand what she's saying.
So, like, for instance, maybe other agencies, maybe other markets. There's a lot of things that OnlyFans can open up a door to. And to be honest, if God led her to this door, God has a plan for everyone, and
I'm not
everyone has a path,
Amen.
right?
I'm not saying I'm perfect,
No,
but
I'm
like-
not saying that you're saying you're perfect, but your whole thing is, oh, like, how would God feel? How would God feel? None of us know we'll know how God will feel. But what we do know is that he literally sent down his only son to die on the cross for our sins.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you continually engage in behavior
would the
that
difference
you know
be that
is sinning.
if I didn't have that in my bio, or if I wasn't wearing this, if I didn't, like, is that the difference, that I'm just like branding it? What is like the thing that's like bothering you about it?
You're wearing a cross. You've got a cross tattoo. You have
Sorry, I'm just not in
literally
secret of God.
literally a line above your link to your OnlyFans, to your porn,
Link in bio.
says what? God first. You're clearly not putting God first, because
Yeah.
look, if we habitually
That's your
continually
opinion.
hold on,
That's
if
your opinion.
if we habitually and continually, constantly, joyfully and frequently practice sin, we are not children of God. And that's a little note I had here.
But that's true. I'm Christian. I'm not a perfect Christian whatsoever. You can still love God, but if you want to build a relationship with God, if you want to be connected to God, you have to let go of sin. You have to sacrifice your
Oh,
flesh.
me and my connection with God is like this, honey. Nobody at this panel or table is gonna.
Does
tell
God
me
want you
that.
to do porn?
No.
However I talk to God, or
'Cause
however my
God
relationship
hates
is with
sin,
God, or
and
whatever
it's
my
in the Bible.
conversations were with God, it doesn't matter. It's nobody else's opinion but mine. It's my relationship with God.
At the end of the day, I don't think God is okay with what you're doing, but I do think he'll forgive you. So
That's fair.
That could be a fair way to put it.
That's fair.
He'll forgive you, but you disagree?
Oh no, he will.
Oh, okay.
Link in bio.
Oh my God, bro, this is the most fucking haram shit ever.
Haram!